Hi. Excuse me, are you also here for the engineering department interviews? Or is this the line for human resource? I'm sorry. I am here for the engineer's interview. I have been waiting for about 20 minutes now. The receptionist mentioned they are running sling light behind schedule because the technical tests are taking longer than expected. Did they happen to tell you in your email if we are doing the technical test and the panel interview all in one go today? Yes, the schedule they sent me indicated a 2-hour block. It starts with a 30-minute screening, followed immediately by a practical test on our laptops, and then a final chat with the project director. What specific role are you aiming for today? The listing had quite a few openings across different teams. Ah, I am aiming for the being managed position. I have spent the last couple of years focusing heavily on virtual design and construction, VDC, and implementing lean construction methodologies in my previous firm. So I am hoping to step up into a leadership role here. That makes sense since they are expanding the department. Are you applying for a similar BIM coordination role? Actually, I am going for the office technical engineer spot. I am a bit of an introvert, so I thrive in office spaces roles where I can focus on data analytics, modeling, and documentation rather than manning large crews out on the field. Since you're into being management, have you found it difficult to implement common data environment CDE standards with other contractors? Extremely difficult. Getting everyone to adapt to a centralized workflow takes a lot of patience. However, once they see that it does drastically reduce administrative errors and prevents data loss, they usually come around. I completely agree about the data part. How do you handle the massive, repetitive documentation required for these public infrastructure projects? I rely heavily on process automation. Whenever I can, I write custom Python scripts to automatically export PDFs from AutoCAD layouts, and I build advanced Excel macros to consolidate daily site registry entries into weekly reports. Where did he get the academic background to handle all the advanced analytics and models required for this level of management? I am actually in the final stage of a master's degree in big management. The coursework really pushed me into the data analytics side of things and in how to measure a company's technological maturity properly. A master's degree requires a lot of research. Are you working on a final thesis project right now? I am. I'm currently researching the correlation between BAM maturity levels and occupational stress among professionals in construction firms. I have been running all the survey data through ESPSS, 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 SPSS for statistical analysis. Speaking of stress, did you have to deal with the recent shifts in the public procurement laws at your last job? Yes, absolutely. The new procurement regulation completely changed our payment and approval deadlines compared to the old laws. It was a step learning curve. It was a step learning curve for the entire administrative team to avoid penalty. Administrative errors can be brutal. How do you ensure accuracy when tracking exact measuring versus what was actually executed on site? I am strictly by the book. I always ensure that technical terms in my reports, like distinguishing between a formal reduction versus a simple metrado no ejecutado, are used exactly according to the project legal definition to avoid audit issues. Thank you.